How come you bury me in the cold, cold ground?
What for you bury me in the cold, cold ground?
Yes. Oh. Hey, everybody. Jim Cummings here. Welcome to my podcast, Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. We have a great guest for you today. But before we get to that, make sure you like and subscribe. Our podcast has partnered with the largest Comic-Con in North America, Fan Expo, the Juggernaut. We're touring all over North America live, so get your tickets and come be a part of the live audience. It'll be fun. Go to fanexpohq.com for the tickets. We'll see you in a city near you, or a little bit away, but you can drive. And with all that said and done, sit back and enjoy today's episode. And as always, thanks for tuning in to Toon'd In with Jim Cummings.
What was it like working with Lin-Manuel Miranda? Sorry for my pronunciation.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. How's it actually pronounced? You say it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Well, if you're Latino, if not, you're like Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, so I'm not allowed to say it that way.
I don't know. There's no check mark. I'm just saying.
And if you're from Ohio, it's...
You know, when you look at the accent con like that. Yeah. When I was with him, he makes you feel like you're best friends, like you've known each other forever. And
that's good,
been
yeah.
so warm. And inside I was just like, this is so great. And my legs were shaking. I was like spaghetti legs, but you know, we were doing it through Zoom, so he didn't see my spaghetti legs. And so when we were working on it, and because I had already worked with Byron Howard and Jared Bush, I knew what they wanted for Dolores. And when I received the demo for We Don't Talk About Bruno, no, he was singing every single part. So like I received the sheet music, and honestly, I was really bad at music class when I was in school. I was a very bad sight reader, and I was like...
Oh, sight reader. Yeah, me too.
So which voice am I? Like, is it this one? I'm sorry. Can you just point out? And so they tracked it out, what I'm supposed to do. And I was like, great. And the demo was supposed to be sung, grew to live in fear, Bruno stuttering and stumbling. I can always hear him sort of, very Broadway, very, But after working with them on the voice, I was like, I have another sound in my mind for what Dolores would do. And I had told my husband, and he's like, you should tell him. And I'm like, I'm such a scaredy cat. I'm such a scaredy cat. I was like, but I'm going to get fired. I don't tell anybody what to do. They tell me what to do. That's how it works. And he's like, no, you need to say it. And so.
But you have a voice. Yeah.
I was like, Lynn, I'm thinking about maybe doing it an octave lower. And he was like, sure, we'll give it a go. And that's what I did. Grew to live in fear, Bruno stuttering and stumbling. I can always hear him sort of muttering and mumbling. I associate him with the sound of falling sand. Tss, tss, tss. And he was like, that's it. Take a few more takes, we're done. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's great. Well, it's there's something kind of innately sexy and interesting when a woman has a voice that goes way down there. Because we're used to, oh, ba, 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 the opera. But when you do that, it's like, it makes you lean in and listen. What's she doing? Oh, okay. Yeah.
But in the history of Disney, usually they don't do like that, like low, into the deep. And so that was the concern for me, because I'm like Disney nut. Like I watched every movie of Disney, and I'm like,
oh, sure.
That voice does not exist. And my voice is a lower tone, although I would fake it to try to get those soprano solos. But, ultimately I'm an alto. And so when I did it and they said yes, and then Jared said yes, and everybody approved, I was just like, oh, it's so cool. And then the song starts taking off, and then they start doing these TikTok videos where they're putting me with like Doja Cat in my rap, and I'm like, this is so weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's what a great ride. I mean, what right out of the blue, right? And all of a sudden, pow.
So would you say you're most focused on voice acting now, or are you back to music? What keeps you occupied these days?
I am doing music. I love it so much. I also have some acting projects on the side, but right now because of the book promotion, because basically they asked me, I would go on a lot of speaking engagements. They would ask me, you should tell your story. Because honestly, I'm here because, I believe in God and I say God is good. He saved my life to be able to sing another day here, and I'm grateful for every breath. And so I testify of being able to make it through something difficult. And sometimes we're so wrapped up on winning that we forget about living. And now I live every day to the fullest. So if an opportunity to act comes by, I'm taking it and I'm running with it and I'm going to have fun with it. If an opportunity comes to do another record, I run with it. And now with technology, we're shooting videos and we're having so much fun. And I'm enjoying it with my family and my kids. And so anything that comes my way that is something good and positive that will leave a good impact in the world, that will inspire others to do good things, I'm all for it. That's just my
that's good.
So that's where the book came through. And I wrote this book. And then after we wrote the book, my husband and I were like, we should make music for the book. And we're like, who's going to want to, how are we going to do this? And then I'm like, we'll put QR codes in the book. And then they can do that, scan it, and it has a song. And so we imagine this whole journey, and the book and the music go together because every single chapter of the book, there is a song for every chapter in my life. And then it's in the lyrics.
That is wonderful.
That's really cool. I remember, just to go on a little bit of a tangent, I remember Childish Gambino did that with one of his albums, Because the Internet. Did you read that script?
Oh my goodness.
He wrote a script for that, and each one of the songs was like sequential, like you're talking about. It was like a song and it was a really unique experience. That was the first time I've ever experienced that. So I'm really interested. I want to read your book because that was like, it gave such like emotion and setting and an imagination to like what you were reading. It was really cool to me.
That's what we did. I wanted to put sonics to the story because I used to memorize even my schoolwork with songs. I just couldn't. I couldn't just like, I want to learn all the continents. And I'm like, Asia, Africa, North America, South America. I had to make a song for it because I couldn't remember it. And so for me, like experiences are materialized.
That's a good trick, by the way.
You remember? Is. Now I'm teaching my kids.
Yeah, no, so I remember doing stuff like that.
It makes it easier for people who just want to do the art. And I think for anybody who's in school right now, find creative ways to get through it and you'll be fine. And you can get to the other side of what you want to do. Just get the grades, get in there, get out, There's a lot to learn, but that's why we did it. And like one of the first songs in the book is called The Writer. And I put the lyrics in there like poetry. So people think it's poems, but then you have the QR code and you hear the song and it says, when life bucks hard, I'll hold on tighter. Dig my heels in, 'cause I'm a fighter. I've been pulled, I've been thrown, I've hit the wire. But I don't fold, I climb up higher. The rougher the trail, the stronger the rider. And so that's been my life.
Wow. I have to give you a round of applause on that one. That was beautiful. Well said.
Thank you.
That is just fantastic. So do you have any goals that you still have to, any mountains you haven't climbed yet, or mountains that you've turned into molehills that you want to crush?
I think that having an outlet creatively that can inspire others to do the same. It's time for everybody to tell their story the way that they want to tell it. And now life is giving you that opportunity. Before starting off, like doing music for me in the mid 90s, you didn't have that. You had your microphone. I had a backpack. That's where I was selling all my, tapes out of, because we didn't have CDs at that time. It was tapes out of the backpack, and then we had CDs, and there was CDs out of the backpack. But now you grab your camera, it's on your phone. I mean, you could do anything with it. Yeah. You have that outlet of being able to control your creativity and control your output. I love that. And so I just want to keep doing that and teaching my kids to do the same, because I know that they are all, I'm like, do you want to be a dentist? They're like, no. Do you want to be a doctor? No. Do you want to be a lawyer? No. So if you want to get into the arts, make sure you grab a camera, you have everything that comes to economy straightened out, you learn about finances, and get to promoting you, because if you want to make yourself a brand, you need to understand what branding is and how to be able to find who you are and your pocket within the industry.
Yeah, so true. Well, and it's either, I can't decide if it's easier to break into now or harder, than when I did. Of course, many, many years ago, in my case, there weren't even that many people doing what I do. There were like maybe a couple dozen. And now there's couple thousand, or and they're not all, headliners, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see. I always thought that if you can make a living, if you can pay bills doing something that you would like to do all day long, and like it so much, you'd do it for free. That you love it so much, you'd do it for free. Then do it well enough that somebody will pay you. That's kind of like, that feels like, if there is a recipe, that's mine. That's mine. So I give that to those out there who are listening, and I'll add that to your wisdom, if I may.
Absolutely.
And
I tell my kids that all the time too. And that's something that I myself told myself. I'm like, look, if we can pay just our basic bills with this, I'll never, ever have another job. Because my first job ever, which I really did not do great at it, was selling like dinnerware door to door and knives. And then
me too. I did that.
I did that. Did you?
Yeah, I did that. I
You
did
did
that too. Yeah,
my
the
goodness,
knives.
door-to-door?
I had
We have this whole
knives.
set.
I sold knives, and I sold color encyclopedias for a
Oh my
week.
goodness.
For a week, I did it for a week. I sold one batch of books, and I thought, "What the hell's the matter with me? What am I doing?" And but I did the knife thing, and I was actually not that bad at it. But we sold knives and fork sets, cutlery in general, and it was all cheap crap. But and you can get these anywhere for about $50. But today, for $19.95,
Exactly.
it's yours.
That I think that you know what? It's because you make your own way in regards to, I know I can bring in this much commission and I can do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you notice, wait a second, what am I really spending my energy on? If I'm going to spend energy on anything, it should be the thing that I love, because then I will be able to do it and anytime as long as I want to. And that's what I think the industry, even though there is a lot more competition, there are a lot more teachers because there is a lot more competition. So if you see people out there doing what you want to do, don't take them as your competitors, because there's nobody exactly like you out there.
Yeah.
You are unique. I'm unique. Like when Wilmer Valderrama and I started talking during the Oscars, he's like, do you know how difficult of a pocket that you have that is so niche that you were able to fill? I'm like, I know. I was in reggaeton. Like I was the only female rapper doing it in English and in Spanish.
Reggaeton. Wow.
Cats. Oh yeah, that's where I started in reggaeton and hip hop. And to get gain the respect of them, when I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't do the night stuff. None of that.
Oh yeah.
It was a hard climb. And then being Colombian, trying to do reggaeton, that was way before the Karol G's and everything. And now, Colombians doing reggaeton. When I started, it was like, you're Colombian. I'm sorry, you're not Puerto Rican. You can't do reggaeton. And I was like, I had to break walls, and I needed to stand up for myself and take the hit that everybody else now gets to walk the paved way, but I had to come in with a shovel, And so I think that I learned that grit. And what you, as a performer out there, and I talk to anybody out there that is in the arts, regardless if you want to be a singer, a writer, a performer, whatever, you look at the people out there. Don't look at them as your competitors. Look at them as your teachers. So study them. What are they doing? How are they doing it? What are they shooting? How are they saying things? Artistry. Look at their websites. Look at their TikToks. Look at their Instagrams. How are they portraying it? How fast are they getting to their hooks? Just be eager to study the craft and fall in love with it. Because the worst that you can be is a desperate artist. People can smell your desperation of, I better book this. This is the only thing I got.
Yeah, flop
I
sweat.
spent my last $2 taking a bus here, and I'm going to have to walk home. It's like, no.
Yeah, flop sweat doesn't look good on anybody.
No.
Yeah.
And they sense it. They sense the desperation. They sense when you really, really want it. And so the way that I have come from where I started to now, I will definitely say that I was a lot more of an eager beaver when I started.
Sure.
I did whatever it took, and that can lead you into compromising your values and your principles sometimes. Not that I did like super extra X-rated things, but I did very, very, very sexy wear that if my daughters, oh my goodness, were to walk out of the house with what I used to wear, I'm like, señorita, go back there. Okay. So, but they're like, Mom, you did it. Coincidentally, my kids are actually really, really modest. So just out of their own self. But
I'll knock
but now
on wood for you.
I see that, and it's not a competition, guys. You're out there and you're forging your own path.
Well, you're competing
are
with
only
yourself.
competing against your yesterday self, not against anybody else. Just
That's
your
right.
yesterday self. Be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah, and if you're a little better every day, you're going to wind up pretty darn good.
It's compound goodness.
Yeah,
Till you became, oh, great.
Wow, that's true. Wow. And I always like to ask people, how is it that in the coming years, as the years go by, how is it that you would like to be remembered? Oh, I remember. Oh, she was great because
she was kind, because she loved her family, because she did everything possible to spread joy. That's what I want to be known for. Not for what I do. It's for who I am. And so I work every day on being the best person I can be. And then I work on my craft to do it as best as I can. Because if I am the best person that I can be and leave a good example of, you can still make it in this business. You don't need to succumb to the pressures that this industry makes you feel that exists. They are shadows. It's just a phantom. Be good.
I agree.
And once you're good, be great. Because the one thing that can make it with you fully clothed and to the top is undeniable greatness.
Amen. Amen.
You are undeniable, Jim. I don't know anybody. By the way, I added my name, and all my kids added their names to that petition to make you a legend. Because I'm like,
thanks.
You are
that's
beyond.
Funny. Thank you.
You are one of those people that is like, I cannot believe he did that. So many voices, just the industry, and you keep popping them. You keep popping them. I've seen you. I mean, I've sat next to you during Comic-Cons. How great you are with people. Your lines don't stop. It's like endless water.
They're very
of
sweet,
people saying, I lived my childhood. You are the voice of my childhood. Now you are the voice of my children. And I get to bring my kid here, and I get to nerd out with my baby, And I see that joy. And I'm like, that is beautiful. You have left such a trail, but you are undeniable, Jim.
Oh,
Nobody can
That's
just
so
look at
sweet.
Jim and be like, he does a couple good things. It's like,
well, that's so nice. Yeah, I realized this year that I'm on my third generation. Because I've got a 70-year-old who's a contemporary, and then his kid's 40, and their kids are like 19, 20, and then their kids might even be 3. So, got a multi-generational approach here, I guess. And I'm very blessed, and Christopher and I are very blessed that you came today.
oh, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I got to say, not that I'm stalking you, Jim, or anything, but one of the most beautiful and tender moments that you have posted was when you were speaking in your Winnie Pooh voice to your grandchild.
Yes. Thank
Tears.
you.
I was in
Thank
tears
you.
because I'm like, I wish he was mine. I wish you could do that to my children.
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
Jim's coming in to put you to bed, honey. Come in. He's going to read you a bedtime story. He's going to be Winnie Pooh tonight. That would be the most amazing thing. So
Yeah. Well, thank
it
you.
was
Well,
just
he's
so
a
lovely.
magical little guy. There is no question about it. Jax is astonishing, and his parents are beautiful people, and he's one of those pure little entities in the world. He comes out fully formed, and he almost shines.
Oh, my goodness.
But he walks into a room when it's dark, and it's not quite as dark.
Oh. But you see
it's a
the light,
beautiful thing.
and that light is also reflected in your talents, Jim. And it's a wonderful thing because in regards to people's talents, I think a lot of people focus a lot more on the technique. I used to do that a lot because I did not grow up being the best singer. And to the day, I don't consider myself the greatest singer. There's so many great singers out there. I consider myself
Well, that's okay. Everyone else does.
a person that studies the craft and is unrelentless at trying to keep growing. But one of the things that I think that people get caught up on is technique. And it's like, I know you can learn a lot of techniques, but just let your spirit flow, because that's ultimately what you're translating into a song, into a script. It's who you are inside, the troubles you may be going through, the joy you're going through, the heartache, the pain. That's what really translates. So stop worrying so much as, am I saying it right? It's like, am I saying it right? Like, are you really understanding what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming from a place of truth and conveying your truth, conveying your anger. Come from a place of truth. Forget so much about the tone. Am I saying it in the right? Am I saying it in the right? Am I saying it in the right? Like, what are you trying to
Yeah.
then add the other layers on top of it?
That's a good way to look at it. That's beautiful. Well said. Wow. Thank you so much.
Well, before we finish, do you want to do a quick little voice swap?
Oh,
We do
yes.
this. I'm not sure if
you have to
know
explain.
this game or not.
I do not.
Okay, so excuse me. I'm sorry. I have like a little bit of a thing going on. How the game works is Jim will do one of his character voices, say Winnie the Pooh, and he'll say a line for his character, and then you will say that same line but in your character voice, and then vice versa. How's that sound?
Okay, it sounds fantastic. It's so cool.
Okay, so let me think.
Do you have anybody that you want to hear, Adassa? Any characters?
I would love Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh? Okay. All right, then. I always get to where I'm going by walking away from where I've been.
I always get to where I'm going by walking away from where I've been.
It was very mysterious. It was sultry. I love sultry mystery. I think that's a thing.
Okay,
well, now,
I'll do mine.
And
then.
now you do one. Yeah.
The only one worried about the magic is you and the rats talking in the walls.
The only one worried about the magic is you and the rats talking in the walls. To the rat catcher, Darkwing. Oh, wait, I'm Darkwing. Launchpad.
There we go. Well, that was a little Darkwing Duck for you.
Oh, that was fantastic. I can't believe I just did that with Jim.
I can't believe either. I'll take it.
That was amazing.
Want to do another one? Let's do another one. Let's see. Well, how about Tasmanian Devil? And then you can come up with one of your characters.
How come you bury me in the cold, cold ground?
I was wondering what you were going to say. When you said Taz, I was like, what's he going to say?
Oh, here we go. He doesn't have...
You gotta give me that one again. I was too caught up in the moment. Okay, go get.
What for you bury me in the cold, cold ground?
What for you bury me in the cold, cold ground?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, that was a terrible growl spit, but everything else is pretty good. But don't quit your day job because your day job's amazing. So you would have to take a step down to do one of my guys anyway. Thank you so much.
What character was that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's a very dangerous character I had to play in a new show that I'm working on.
Oh, nice.
So she's extremely over the top. Everything is so annoying.
Oh, we get a little sneak peek as well.
She's a little sweetie pie. Okay.
Yes, I didn't know I could be dark and dangerous until I was on tour with the Disney Princess Concerts, and we did an All-Stars concert in Taipei, Taiwan, and I got to be Ursula, and I never knew I could play a villain until I admit that in the past I've been a nasty, and I sang it, and I was like, where is this Ursula coming from?
Oh, nice.
I'm there all the time.
Well, that must have been fun.
Is that the one that Susan Egan's producing?
Yes.
Yes.
Susan Egan, she is a doll. Honestly, half the time I just spent in awe of her and her talents and the team that she puts together. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing the Disney cruise now in August, and we're going to be going out of Europe. So it's going to be pretty exciting to be on stage with her again.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a love. She's been on the podcast before. She's lovely.
She's amazing.
And so talented. Jinx.
I know. Thanks again.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, thank you so much for being on. That was great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. And did we ask, is there anything you need to tell
Oh, yes,
or
of
speak
course,
about?
of course. Well, your book.
Yes. So Love Keeps Showing Up is now out everywhere you can find a book, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. And I'm so grateful as well that the album drops May 8th. And that is an incredible, just work from the heart. It's called Drink It Up.
And so I'm sure we will.
May 8th tomorrow.
Yes, May 8th tomorrow.
Are you
It's
having a
actually
party? You said that so
am.
casually. It's tomorrow.
We're dropping it here in Nashville, so I'll be doing TV for promotion. So we're dropping the video
great.
of the song and the book promotion. So yeah.
Nice. That's really cool. That's exciting.
That's
Very
fantastic. Well, break a leg.
Yes.
Or a lip.
Thank you so much.
Break a lip.
Yeah, once again, thank you so much for being here once again. And thank you guys all for watching. Sorry, I have a bit of a head cold here. I sound a little scraggy. But if you guys like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. It helps you. It helps us. And YouTube's a weird website. I mean, you can literally watch a video on YouTube and then it's never recommended again. So don't let that happen. And if you like this content so much you want to see more of it, good news. We have bonus content on Patreon, Tuned In with Jim Cummings on Patreon. You can find interviews that you can't find anywhere else. You can find extended interviews, all that good stuff. So be sure to check that out. And with all that said and done, once again, Adassa, thank you so much for being here. I'm producer Chris and the legend Jim Cummings. We will see you in the next one.
God bless.
Bye. Adios.